Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It is Tuesday. It's TLC Tuesday. So we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiance. But I'm replacing one Kimberly with another Kimberly. And it is Kim from 90 Day Reality Fiance Cray Cray. I never get it right. Hey, girl.
Hey, Mary Payne. I'm very excited to be here. Poor substitute for Kimberly, but here I am.
Hardly. Yeah, I said, well, we'll just put another Kim in and see if anybody notices.
Nobody will notice. We are exactly the same person. So similar in all the ways. So
a lot of people think Amy Archer and Kimberly from Date with Dateline sound like the same person.
Oh, I could see. Well, their voices have some similarities, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, they do. And I'm used to them now, but because they're my actual friends. But it is funny that when you hear somebody say that, you're like, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I could see that.
But you all don't look alike and nobody knows what you look like anyway, so it's fine.
Promise you it's very boring.
Let me tell you what, it is incredible. And I will tell you guys, so because Kim and Kyle do not do video, this episode is not on video. You can still listen to it on YouTube, but the video itself will not be on YouTube. There'll be no video, which is great because I didn't have to shower. I didn't have to put on mascara. I got my hair thrown up. I got on a t-shirt. It's great.
Welcome to my life. It is wonderful. I recorded with Kyle the other day and he's in Europe and there's the heat wave. And he told me, he was like, I am in my underwear, so I will be camera off.
You're like, no problem. Thank you.
It's like, all right.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts. Yes.
Said he was covered in wet towels to stave off the heat. So there we go.
Wow.
Times like that where video is good not to have video,
Yeah. What is where he's staying? They don't have air conditioner because a lot of places in Europe don't.
They just don't. In most of Europe, unless you're even in the south and southern Europe, I think they do have air conditioning sometimes. But he's in Austria and the mountains, and it was the hottest day on record. It was in the 90s in the mountains.
Yeah.
So bad.
As far as European, I've only been to London and Paris and are thereabouts around in Paris. Versailles and Normandy and all those things. And I don't go to a hotel that doesn't have air conditioning. So this would not befall me.
London, typically, you can't find air conditioning anywhere in London, but I think it is becoming a little bit more because they've had 3 bad summers in a row now.
Yeah.
It's getting hotter. The world's heating up, as they say.
I wonder why.
People. Yeah.
Interesting. Listen, even my mom believes in global warming.
Incredible. It's incredible how when the temperature rises 20 degrees, people somehow can't deny it. But
Mom's like, I believe in that. Now, speaking of Southerners, have you missed Debbie and Mito the last 2 episodes? Have you been sad without them?
These charmers. The problem with Debbie and Mito is that there is a lot of drama, but they're not funny.
No, it's not funny. It's scary, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not fun to talk about. Of course, we're talking about it, and we talked about it for a long time, especially we haven't seen him in 2 weeks now. Mm-hmm. We hadn't seen Mito in 3 weeks himself, but Debbie, you're on Debbie's side until you hear her be like, these other sluts, that he posted on Instagram. I'm like, okay, now I'm team no one, Debbie.
Right.
It would similar to the Shekinah and Thais brawl on, I know we're not talking about divorce castle here, but similar to the performance there, Shekinah, if you would have kept your fucking mouth shut, maybe you
again, that Matt and I talked about that, and he was on last week instead of Kimberly, and we said the same thing. It's I followed the whole thing like this Zapruder film. I broke it down frame by frame. Now, this is what you have to do. I had to do it last year as well with Florian and Jasmine got in a fight at the last resort.
Yes.
At Divorce in the Desert. And I had to break that down frame by frame because I was like, it looks like somebody grabbed somebody, but no, once you break it down, you're like, And in this situation with Shekinah and Thais put her teacup of popcorn down on the table and kind of put it down, and it went towards Shekinah. Shekinah's the one that pushed it and it crashed on the floor.
Yeah, that was strategic. And also, like, nobody's getting you, Shekinah. Like, there's a large pub table between you.
Yes.
She would have had to thrust her body over said table and lunge.
Yeah. She wasn't in any danger, but she's like, she threw a glass at me. I was like, no, she didn't. She flicked popcorn at you.
I want to throw popcorn at her face.
And then you shoved the glass on the ground. And then because you said what you said, now nobody can be on your side ever again. So you did it to yourself, girl.
And she just continues to double down. Mm-hmm. And like, do you believe the rumors that she and Sarper are no more?
I do. I do
too. I think Sarper, you can tell. Sarper's not quite as dumb as we thought, because you can see the wheel as soon as she said that. The wheels are turning in Sarper's head, and he's doing the thing where he's like standing behind his wife, but he knows this is she's a liability now, and this is a bad situation. So yeah, this is, I do believe he's probably like, she's bad for my career. I don't know that he was ever that into her. He always seemed like wishy-washy about her. So
it's interesting because they go outside and she's like, I fucking hate all those fucking whores in there. And he's like, okay, let's don't make generalizations.
After she calls another woman violent, she immediately 2 seconds later is talking about how she wants to fuck the other bitch up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it, Shekinah.
Yeah. Then he's like, babe, you cannot say things such as this. And she's like, what? Let's go. Nobody's going to come out here and talk to us. Back up. And then how hot were you for when Guillermo was like, I'm Guillermo. What's up? I was like, okay, Guillermo.
I'll tell you who was hot for that was Kara.
Oh, yeah.
Kara was almost having an orgasm at the bar, just like thinking about Guillermo and trying to connect with him on immigrant rights as a pathway to sex, Didn't work out for her, but
Y'all, sometimes when I go to put actual makeup on my face, I realize I have way too much stuff. And then I try some of the things I have and I think, okay, most of these products are not made for ladies of a certain age. And I end up looking like that crazy lady Sherry O'Terry played on SNL with the makeup all over her face. You know what I'm talking about? What a current reference, right? Okay. So ever since I started using Jones Road Miracle Balm, my routine is simplified and I don't look crazy. Miracle Balm has replaced several steps for me because you can use it as a highlighter, a bronzer, a blush, and a lip tint. It's a great product that goes on super easily and I love it so much. I always have one thrown in my bag because you never know when you need a little something to make you look better. And they also have this new product I want to tell you about. It's the foundation stick. There are some times when you need a little more coverage, right? You have a date night or girls' night out. And if you don't want to go back to a full complicated makeup routine, and who does, the foundation stick is great. It delivers buildable, real coverage while feeling completely weightless on your skin. And I love that because I can't stand feeling like I have a layer of thick makeup on my face. The foundation stick is perfect. The finish is really natural, not too matte, not too dewy, and it's available in 30 shades to match a wide range of skin tones. Jones Road is a modern day makeup that's clean, strategic, and multifunctional for effortless routines. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free full sass mascara on their first purchase when they use code PINKSHADE at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code PINKSHADE at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. I want to talk to y'all about the most important thing in my house, and it's my bed. Recently, I noticed my sheets were sort of slipping off the corners, and I was constantly fixing them before I got in the bed. And also, my pillows were not helping my neck. I was constantly flipping them and readjusting them. The bottom line, I was just not comfortable in my bed. And then I did a little research because, I'm a hashtag journalist. And what I found is that most people actually keep their bedding way longer than they need to. It slowly wears down, and you don't realize how much it's affecting your sleep until you finally replace it. And most people think they need a new mattress, but the biggest difference usually comes from replacing the thing that touches you every night, your sheets. And I don't think we had replaced our sheets since we built our house like 14 years ago, not even kidding. So we just upgraded our whole bed and the kids' beds to Boll and Branch. Boll and Branch makes everything that your bed needs. Their signature organic cotton sheets, the pillows, the blankets, and the comforters, all designed to be breathable, incredibly soft, and even they get better over time. All right. Most people will start with the signature sheets, which I did. And then they end up getting 2 sets. So you can just rotate them out when you do laundry, which is what I did. We also added a waffle blanket to all the beds. And now the beds just feel amazing. The moment you get into the bed, you notice the difference. It's just an immediate feeling of happiness when you snuggle in with your book at night. And now I'm thinking about replacing the sheets on my guest bed too. So when some of my podcast friends come to visit, or I guess my family, they'll also get the Boll and Branch experience. In all seriousness, at this point in my life, I will only use Boll and Branch sheets. In the words of Parker Posey in The White Lotus, at this age, I don't think I'm meant to live an uncomfortable life. And Boll and Branch bedding has helped me with that goal. I mean, the softness of the sheets, the breathability, it's all worth it when I fall into bed tonight with my book. Sleep cooler this summer with Boll and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bollandbranch.com/pinkshade with code pinkshade. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLANDBRANCH.com/pinkshade. Use code pinkshade to take 20% off. bollandbranch.com/pinkshade, code pinkshade. Exclusions apply. I have a friend who recently had a situation in their nether regions. And so I explained to the friend that from now on, we're going to just call it the Cara. So I say to this person.
Wait. By nether regions, do you mean butthole or vagina?
Yes.
I just have to specify.
No,
okay, she had a butthole problem. Okay,
this person had a butthole problem. And I said, how's your Cara? And was the doctor able to fix your Cara? So that's a nice way. Guys, if you want to use that, go ahead. As you can, instead of saying butthole, you just call it the Cara. Yeah.
It was ready. Guillermo, or as she kind of calls him, Geronimo, or whatever his name is. Awful.
I am Guillermo. What's up? I was like, okay.
Can you imagine anything more fiery right now than Guillermo's DMs? Like his DMs are a freaking mess right now. Like so many buttholes in his DMs today.
Oh,
so
God.
many.
He's like, I told you I don't want the buttholes. Oh God, it's so funny. And I was telling my husband about that, about calling it the Cara. He's like, I was like, and I gave him the whole backstory. He goes, okay, there's some things I'd like to see, but I don't want to see that. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
You know? Kyle was on OnlyFans this morning doing some research for the pod. Everybody's on there, man. You don't really hear about it. I don't know why it's such a big deal with Cara, because like literally everyone, like also Rebecca's butthole is all over the place, but like nobody's talking about it.
I've seen Rebecca's nipple rings. Somebody sent me a screenshot of that one time. And I was like, I mean, we've all seen Sisters Libby, just all the buttholes.
The original buttholes, yes.
The original buttholes.
OG buttholes, yes.
Okay, we got to get off this subject.
Sorry, people are like, oh, I'm tuning out.
Yeah. Okay,
anyway,
sorry.
I don't remember how I even started talking about that, but
Guillermo being hot.
Yes, hot.
Okay, so we're going to start with Marissa and Edward. And what I will tell you is that a listener wrote me and have told me that they're from the area. They've seen the wedding announcement, blah, 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 but also that Marissa's mother is 75 years old. And I want you to sit with that for a second.
Oh, I've sat with it as we've been texting about we need her surgeon's information. I don't know if I could afford her surgeon, but
I could start saving now.
This is a Martha Stewart situation.
Yeah.
How old's Martha Stewart? Like 85 or something?
Yeah, Jane Fonda. Same thing.
Yeah, they look incredible. I mean, this woman kind of looks like Martha Stewart, but she looks younger than Marissa.
She does.
Maybe not younger, but better.
Yeah, and maybe not younger, but better, but also like it could be a cousin, not even a sister. And also it's the hair color. She's got a good colorist. Do you know what I mean? Marissa's got a very stark bleach blondie look with dark eyebrows. And so I think if she toned it down, whatever, it's not for me to say. Okay. So these two are going to New York City, these two lovebirds. And
oh boy,
he's all excited to be a tourist. And so she points out things like the Empire State Building, parts of New Jersey that smell like farts, things along the way between Pennsylvania and New York City. So they arrive at her apartment and she's like, don't get excited. It's not that great. Well, it's a very cute, small apartment that's probably $5,000 a month.
It is very fancy, very nice. All of the finishings are perfect. And it's just like, it was so gross and showed just her, I mean, whatever, like, I don't want to say like her privilege, but you know, just her thoughts on Edward's probably thinking this apartment is like luxury.
Yes.
And it is.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I'm so embarrassed of my shitty tiny apartment. It's like
my second home in New York City.
Yeah.
And so she's mean to him about a motion sensor trash can. I'm like, let him live. Let him play with the motion sensor trash can. Let him live.
She hates this guy. She hates everything he does.
He just bugs her so bad.
I also was offended by her slander of New Jersey, quite frankly. A lovely state, the Garden State, if you will.
Yeah.
We all have a part of our state that smells bad. Calm down.
Oh yeah. There's a place that we pass that's going from the DC area into Alexandria, and you go over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge right by National Harbor, and right by there is like the paper facility. Not paper, not paper. No, it's like sewage. Whatever it is, it smells like a paper plant or a sewage plant, because you can have everything going in your car correctly, and you'll be like, what happened in this car? And they're like, we didn't do it. It's the sewage water plant or whatever. God, you know when you're approaching on the highway, and it's right by our nation's capital. So, and they say, in the Talking Head, he says, gosh, everybody in New York is not nice. In Pennsylvania, they say, hi. But, in New York, you got to learn to walk. It's a skill. And so I'm walking here. So they're walking and they go to dinner. And she says, the first thing she says is, I want to have a nice night, but you look sad. Like you want to cry. Like, what's going on? And he goes, I'm aggravated. And she says, with me? And he goes, yeah, you're the only person I know here. Yeah. Yeah. He says he feels pressure on his shoulders. He comes from nothing and she has everything. Her lifestyle is a dream. And for him to be a part of it is not easy, which is exactly what her ex-husband told you. Exactly what he said. He said, this is going to be hard for you.
First of all, she's berating him the entire way that you don't know what the Empire State Building is. And she's like,
why would you know that? Why
this
would you know
trivia on New York architecture. Like, I don't know. Do you know what the tallest building in fucking Dominican Republic is, lady?
Right. And why would you know that? Like,
do you even know a city in Dominican Republic? I think you've only been to the freaking resort. So shut up. Marissa, Kyle and I talk about this all the time. Marissa is the most aggravating person on this season who has been saved by the depths of hell, which is Catie. Like, if there were no Catie, everybody would be talking about how awful Marissa is nonstop. You're
so right.
It's just like, I cannot stand her. And she seems to have the ick, or be like, it's this thing. Like, did you ever date a guy when you were younger? And you kind of thought he was hot, but he was embarrassing in some way to you that you didn't really want to bring him around your friends. And when you did, you felt embarrassed. That is the feeling that she has. She feels embarrassed of Edward. Mm-hmm. By the way, for the wrong reasons. It's because he's a poor, right? That she feels embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And it's so obvious to me when I watch it. And it's so irritating because you wanted some young dick and now you have him with you, but you're like, oh, it's not good enough for me. And everything is focused on her.
Yes.
Oh, well, I have to make a decision if this is right for me. I'm like, what about him?
Right. He doesn't have to stick with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a Talking Head, he tells us, I'm still thinking about when she said, I'm like another kid, and that's hurtful to me. And I need to get this off my chest and talk to her. So he tells her, you like to control everything, but I am a man and I do know how to handle things. And she goes, you say that and I just cringe because I just want you to be productive somehow. I'm looking for things in a strong man, and I don't know if you can do that. My expectations are high. It's not about money. And I hate having these conversations like you do this and this, but this is the only way you're going to learn how I operate.
Just again, this is so weird. This man has been on American soil for 48 hours.
I know.
And
how could he learn hey, in the morning we get up and then can you make the kids water bottles? I'll make the sandwiches, make sure they brush their teeth. He hasn't been there long enough to learn the routine to hop in to help. And even if he wanted to, she would say he was doing it wrong.
Absolutely.
because
You
she's
wouldn't be
so
doing it the
type
right
A.
way.
Yes. Yes.
There is no country on earth as obsessed as America with water bottles. This is not a thing like
I know.
in other places.
I know.
The amount of water bottles that are needed for children and adults on a daily basis. Speaking of
as both of us pick up our water bottles. The last 2 times we were in France, I asked our tour guide what they thought of Americans with their water bottles. And they were like, I don't understand. Like from us, we have water with our meal, or we get water from our vegetables. We don't need to carry around extra water. And I said, but do you ever feel like dehydrated? Like you get a headache? And they're like, no, we just drink a glass of red wine. Like we're good. What are you talking about? Yeah.
They're like, humans for millennia have somehow survived without drinking 1,600 ounces of water a day. I don't know how.
It's so funny. So he says to her, he goes, I'm not a person who just lays in the bed. I'm going to figure it out. I just need some time. And she says, well, I do have faith in you, and I think you can be successful, but I've yet to see you be successful in your life at all. What a horrible thing to say.
Rough. Wow. What a thing to say about the person you've chosen to spend your life with. Like, I haven't seen you figure it out yet, and you have not been successful in your life at all. That is, can you imagine your husband saying that to you?
He was holding down a full-time job when you met him, and he has had that job this entire time. He had enough money to get a penis surgery. He's doing something right.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. This man got circumcised for you as an adult. That is painful.
So in her talking head, he goes, she just doesn't give me the respect I need, and I need respect. Okay, and you're 100% right, Edward. So he says, you chose me to be the person to be with for your life. So we need to be on the same page. Let me organize and see the routine, and let me see if I can manage it. And she goes, well, I just do everything myself, so I won't be disappointed. And he says, but you're not alone now. Like you have me. And then she says, you know what? I've been horrible to you. And she starts crying and says she's sorry. Like, you just figured that out? Yeah.
We're aware.
We're aware. You're horrible to him.
Yeah.
So in her talking head, she says, you know, when he had this response to our conversation where I told him he has never succeeded in anything in his life, strange, he took that wrong. But when he had that response to our conversation, I realized I'm putting so much pressure on things instead of just giving the time to enjoy each other. And it is a major life decision. 90 days is not a lot of time. Okay. But this is what you're doing. So just get through it. Like, why are you being such a bitch?
She just goes, she cries. She's only sad for like 2 seconds. This is what I don't understand. Like, what were the conversations they were having before he came to the U.S.? Did they talk about what he would do all day, what he was going to do for work? I mean, he can't work yet, even if he wanted to.
Even after they get married, he can't work. What, like 6 more months?
He can't.
So he can't fix fences. He's got to do something in the neighborhood. He's got to be a full-time caregiver with the kids. He's got to, and he'll figure it all out. I mean,
I don't know if that's like, is that the game plan? We don't know. It's never been talked about. Is he going to be an HVAC guy like Zied? Is he going to what's he going to do? There's so many options, but she would be embarrassed. I think she would not like if he went into like some trade. Although rumor has it, she doesn't even work at Kleinfeld anymore. Now she's a Pilates instructor. So
she bought a Bar 3 like franchise business. Yeah.
Okay. Great for you. He can help. He can help fix your Bar 3 fence. He
can work the front desk and give people towels and check people out when they buy a membership or whatever.
Everybody loved him at Kleinfeld. I was like the best.
Yeah, of course he did. So the next day she's telling him she's glad about makeup sex. She liked it. And he's like, okay, I didn't know what that was called. Let's fight again. So, so sorry. Something just went in my throat. So she says, I don't know what that was. She says she has to go to work. And he has met her coworkers on FaceTime and they all love him. And she's like, it's exciting and scary because now they're going to meet him in person. So they go to Kleinfeld, which is not Kleinfeld's, but it is Kleinfeld. It's a singular Feld.
Yeah.
They go to Kleinfeld, even though nobody calls it that. And we see all the brides like waiting for their appointments. I'm like, damn, this people just pumping out those brides.
Yep.
All the consultants all come out and they hug him. And he says, oh my gosh, I feel like a rock star. Dorothy with the giant white teeth comes out. She hugs him. And then Dorothy's like, we got to go to a meeting. And so she's like, I'm nervous to send him out in the streets of New York. And he goes, what, are you kidding me? I'm going to have the best time. There's so many Dominicans here. I'm going to be fine. So he walks around looking up at the buildings and saying, I love New York. So
he's going to have a great time.
It's going to be great. He's going to be great. He's going to meet some friends. Okay. And we do know they're married, which I wish that people would stop telling me things like this.
Yeah, they always get married. I think it would be a lot more fun if like half the couples broke up.
Yeah.
But on OG, they always get married. It's a like even Debbie and Mito are going to get married. Let's face it.
No, we've already seen that they have. We've already seen that they are married. And that's the craziest of all. How is he going to convince her that he's, number one, into her, and number two, doesn't just fully hate her? Like, how's he going to convince her of that?
I think he already has. She just doesn't want to admit it to herself.
Okay. All right. Thomas and Paula. Boy. They talk and he goes, I mean, we can go shopping for a dresser, for a place to put your clothes. We could do that, but you're being abusive. You don't even apologize. You're so abusive. She's like, what are you talking about?
Kyle thinks that she screams at him hardcore off camera.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know what to think about these. I mean, that's speculation. We haven't seen it, but Thomas annoys the shit out of me. So
oh my
I don't
God.
know.
What is wrong with this guy? The fact that he is going so hardcore on having two beds in his house, one in the bedroom and then one in the living room. He is so hard on it. He's like, this is.
Wait, does he have two beds?
Yeah, we think, because when they showed the scene in the closet where he was doing his closet, that appeared to be in a bedroom, in a separate room that wasn't the den area.
That makes it so much worse. Why doesn't he have a couch?
Because he wants to lay down while he drinks his coffee.
That's what ottomans are for.
That's what, go into your bedroom and lay on your bed. Anyway, I could be wrong about that, but it 100% appears to me, because he has a whole yoga mat area. If you had a studio, you wouldn't also have a yoga mat, or you wouldn't have a place for that.
I don't know. He's got a whole little corner for his giant monitors and gaming console. So
right. Yeah, I definitely think.
Rumor has it he's a software dev. So like maybe that's just his workstation as well. Who knows? He's
a aerospace engineer.
Oh, correct? Is he? Oh, never mind.
Could have just made that up, but I believe that's what a listener told me. So,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. He says she's abusive. Okay. So she says, I'm hurt. I want to have a mature conversation. And he goes, I don't feel good about anything you just said about like wanting to have a dresser. And he goes, I mean, you go to a hotel and you live out of a suitcase, but now you're here and you're freaking out because you don't have a perfect dresser.
Yes.
You're just going to throw it away anyway. She's like, what? She goes, I'm sorry I hurt you with my words. And I don't want to blackmail you by saying, if you don't get me a dresser, I'll go back to Brazil. I need to find a middle ground. And he goes, well, I certainly don't want you to leave. And she goes, just recognize I have different needs than you. Like, I like to put my clothes not in a suitcase.
Bare minimum.
One bin from the dollar store. Like, and she goes, just recognize that I'm different. And he goes, okay, And she goes, just have an acknowledgement of what I'm saying, because I'm really struggling. I have different needs here. I need a dresser. And he says, yes, I recognize that. And they hug and they kiss. And he says, I'm sorry it's tough for you. We can organize your clothes. We're making progress. Okay. I literally go to Target and get a dresser. I don't know why it's so hard. Like $100.
Goodwill. It's not that hard. Yeah.
Yes. And then they're doing a talking head together where he says, I don't want something silly like this to drive us apart. And she goes, me either. Then they look at each other and go, B-eyes.
This is I don't know how to read this couple. I guess they are like, I don't know.
Is that, it's a little bit like Molly going, did you and Sheena do the row row? Buzz, buzz. What are we doing? Say the words. So Now they're on a bike, they're riding, and she's thanking the universe for bringing her to the Queen Mary for their wedding planning. She looks great here. She's in sort of like a J. Crew look. She looks very business casual. Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think about this ship? What'd you think about the Queen Mary?
First of all, I didn't know it was docked in Long Beach.
I didn't either.
I didn't either. I know people that have gone to it and like stayed there, the hotel part, and had the full experience, mostly because they want to do the ghost part.
Ghost, right?
Yeah. So she's all excited because she gets very excited about Ghost. And we meet the event planner and the captain. Now, what's the captain for?
He's a sales captain is what we called him.
Okay. Because otherwise that boat is permanently docked.
Yeah, so. He's a captain of sales.
Okay. Because
fake storyteller captain.
Yeah. Because did he need to be there? Because no. Okay. So that was funny to me. I was like, anybody? I was watching it by myself, looking around like, anybody? This boat is permanently docked. So he's like, I got the worst job in all of Captain Land. I'm a captain of a cruise ship that's permanently docked. So
yeah, horrible.
Yeah. Horrible.
Also, though, like I thought this seemed pretty cheap for a California wedding. We looked it up.
I didn't ever hear a price. What did they say?
They didn't. I think Kyle looked it up actually. But okay. I think they have packages that are like around 20,000, which again for like California is not included like food and some drinks and stuff. We were like, whoa, okay.
It includes food. Okay, I was about to say because he's not paying for that if he won't buy her a dresser. I mean,
well, I don't know that it's about the money for him. I feel like it's about just not having things. It's hard to tell. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't want all that tiny stuffs everywhere,
No,
rocks, apparently.
She needs 2 shelves, and this is where you may put all your tiny things and your rocks, and that's it. That's it. This section is for you. I have my computer section and my yoga section. This is your tiny thing section.
If he would just buy her the real size stuff, she wouldn't need the tiny stuff to compensate.
I wonder, what if she has a tiny little cruise ship and she manifested the Queen Mary?
I bet she did. She wanted to go here because of the ghosts. Immediately, she was like, I believe in ghosts. We were like, we know.
Yes, we got it, girl. We got it, girl. So in the talking head together, okay, wait. Whoa. I forgot about this part. Okay, so they're both excited. They say they would love to have the wedding here, and they say it's perfect, and her family will love it. So I guess some of her family's coming. And she says, will your family come? And he says, not sure, because the last time we visited, we left on a bad note. Now, he tells us that his parents are divorced. The 2 sides don't get along, his mom and his dad's side. And last time he visited North Carolina, he introduced Paula to his mom and his mom's side. It was great. Paula posted on social media, like first time in North Carolina, fun pictures with mom. But then they visited dad's side. And dad's side, it sounds like, especially stepmom, took extreme offense to Paula posting that she was having fun with mom's side.
Yeah.
Which sounds very childish and ridiculous.
Did you notice the mom's face was blurred from all the pictures, which means she still has not consented to being on the show. Mm-mm. So I wonder if they're still not like cool with each other, which is sad because it sounds childish. But it was a stepmom that got angry though before, right?
Yeah. But mom is like, if she's going to act like that, then I'm not going to be on the show. I mean, you know what I mean? If they're going to be on the show, I'm not going to be on the show. Yeah, I'm sure it's like that. So he says, that was like an injustice to Paula that they got so mad. Now we see a video of Paula at the dad and stepmom's place. She goes like this and she's like, here I am. And she's doing like this. And she rotates around and you see the stepmom make this mean face and go, and like hide behind the dad. I was like, oh, this is stepmom's a bitch. Okay. All right.
Stepmom seems like a handful.
Yeah. So Paula says, I really connected with his mother. And his stepmother just did not like it and got mad. And so stepmom was mad at us. So we just went our separate ways. We got a hotel and we left. Like, wow. His wife cannot bond with his mother. So we don't know if the parents broke up and they were little and mom had some sort of problem and never saw him. And now stepmom's like, now I raised you and now you're going back to her. Either way, it's all childish. It's all childish. So,
I don't like this stepmom. I'm not getting a good vibe from her.
Rennie.
I did love that Paula's excited about staying in a camper because it's tiny.
It's a very small camper. It's a little apartment. So she says, we should talk to them. We should go there and talkie, which is gave me a little bit of a Larissa feel, talkie about how you feel. This is forever. And we want to show this to our kids in the future that we can all get along. So we're going to go to North Carolina, but she's worried about it. All right. So they land in Charlotte. He says, again, about the bonding with the mom. So they're going to his dad and stepmom now live in a farm in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, which is pretty close up to the Virginia border, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering where their beach house was because they said they lived at the beach, but now they live on this farm. And I'm like, now I want to know. I'm always, interested in North Carolina beach house. So then we see Rennie and Tom drive up and they're very welcoming at first. Hey, we're so glad you're here. Da, 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 da. Tom, the dad, says, when I first met Paula, I loved her. I found her to be family oriented and she wants Thomas to be close with his family. And Rennie goes, I do not feel that we are close at all.
Yeah. What's her problem?
And dad goes, well, we're going to have a nice visit and I'm sure everybody will now be happy when they leave. And she goes, I'll be happy when they leave. I'm like, why are you, Rennie? What's wrong with you?
They haven't even gotten there yet. Calm down.
So they're sleeping in the camper, which they made into like a little guest house. And Paul's like, can I use that restroom? He explains about having to clean the tank. And he goes, we have to clean the tank when we leave. And she goes, no, oh my God, I'm going to go in the forest. This is embarrassing. I'm not going to. He's like, okay, I'll change the tank. Yeah, you will. Quit talking about this.
Yeah.
Done.
Was he joking? Like, are the dad and the mom, are they going to have to like drive somewhere to clean out this tank?
I don't know. Do they unhook it and take it somewhere? I don't want to know.
Yeah.
So she changes into a tank top and a denim skirt and some Timberland boots. And Rennie and the talking head with the dad is being so bitchy about her outfit. She's like, this is a terrible outfit. I was like, she's in a denim skirt. She's got on the correct footwear. It's hot.
Hot as shit. Yeah.
Put on some bug spray,
What? Like, are you going to make her do actual farm work? Are we going to go like horseback riding? Like, what does it matter? You're playing with some goats and like.
Right. What does it matter what she's
around
wearing?
The farm, she's got boots on. It's fine.
And they're like, she probably bought those on the way over here.
Well, yeah, they live in Southern California. They do not require farm attire on a daily basis.
So they see the sheep, which are cute, but she's kind of scared of them. She's like, I'm a city girl. And Rennie's like, she's not a farm girl. And I'm like, Rennie, you need to slow your roll. Quit trying to be cute for television. I'm mad at you.
Woman's irritating.
All right, Catie and Josh.
Oh boy.
Like we said in our big 90-day group chat, Josh needs to stop. He needs to stop on social media. He's not an influencer. He just needs to let this season play out. He needs to quit talking on Instagram.
What is his goal? Like, what is he doing on the social medias? Like, I don't understand his content. He wants to be a photographer and like a videographer. He has stated as much as like that's his career aspiration when he moved to America. So he's just like here to be an influencer and a photographer, which like good luck with that. I mean, I don't know. I think he's just using Catie, honestly, to be in the States. I think he's. I mean,
he going to get what's coming to him with picking this one.
He might be scamming.
Uh-huh. So
she is horrible, to be clear. Don't come at me.
There's something really, really neurodivergently wrong going on here. And it's a lot of misdiagnoses and things that she needs to get you to a psychiatrist.
I think it's an alcohol is
also an alcoholism problem. But I think she's self-medicating is what I think.
She's not medicated. Yeah, she's not doing, says she has the OCD, but she has no treatment plan. Like,
no, right. Yeah, she doesn't.
I don't know. And I don't understand why the conversation here, I said this on our podcast, like Catie's behavior is abhorrent. Like there's nobody on earth that thinks that this is okay.
Right.
But like, why is it Josh saying we need to get you help? Instead, it's like this ultimate, like, you need to stop treating me like this. Like, well, you guys have had that conversation about 15 times and nothing's changing. So when are you going to stop talking about your OCD and start asking what you're going to do about it?
And also, not one person and I thought this was going to be the episode, but it wasn't, where somebody's going to say, have you ever considered not drinking?
Yeah.
Because all the problems seem to happen when you're drunk.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, she's kind of mean when she's not drunk too, about like, you're not responsible with money. But like, yeah, the really bad shit happens when she's wasted, bodasted, drunk. And like, these men have to physically restrain her face. Like, get her into like AA or something.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Bad. So we open with her puking and pooping, hangover style. She's got things coming out of her mouth, things coming out of her cara. And she's looking for her keys and her jacket. And he's sitting in their one chair that they have, because that's all he's allowed to have, is that one office chair. And it's talking to Eddie. He says, last night was awful. How much worse will it get? Will she take someone home before I wake up out of this bullshit that I'm letting myself be in? Okay. I'm glad to see some self-reflection on his part, that he's allowing this to happen. She has no consequences for her actions, you know? So the talking head, Catie goes, yeah, I'm dying. I drank that much because it was my birthday and it was like high stress. Like Ryan was there and like Josh was mad and I don't remember what happened. So this is every time we see her.
Catie. Quote from Catie. I don't like things that happen when they're bad.
Right.
Wow.
I don't like not knowing what I did because I was drunk. There's a way to fix that. So he says, so the conversation with Ryan was not good and you were trying to make out with anything that moves.
Notice how there are no women there, because all the female friends were like, she tried to make out with all of us last time and we're not coming back for more.
They're all like, forget this. And now she's trying to make out with my husband. Like, get the fuck away, girl.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, I'm sorry. And he goes, sorry stops meaning anything after a while. I want to see some action. Now, what is going through your head when you have a partner that you love and who loves you, and you have a few drinks and then you want to make out with someone else? And she goes, well, I still love you, but I just want to make out with someone. And he goes, and even if that person does not want to make out with you, like Mark is a good example. And she's like, So they see the picture of her. She's going, I'm being crazy, Catie. I'm being kiss face, Catie. And men are physically putting their full hands on her face and pushing her away out. She's like sticking her tongue through the hole, like, ah, la, la, la.
So bad. Like
crazy.
This is like literally intervention territory. Like, if these people care about her even one iota, they need to get together and be like, you have got to stop drinking.
Like girl, again, we don't want to go out with you. Nobody talks about the drinking.
How are these people still hanging out with her?
This is my thing. I was like, okay, here's going to be the time where he's going to say, I've really decided it's an alcohol problem. But no.
It's not even brought up, Mary Payne. They don't even say the words alcohol, like in this entire episode. It's like, it's weird. It's weird.
And she goes, oh, do you think everybody's uncomfortable and doesn't want to hang out with me again?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know, but I'd like to talk about us. Like, quit trying to bring it back to you, you know? And so she says, I've lost friends from things I've done while I'm drinking.
Yep.
And I have a lot of shame about that. And it's hard to talk about. And I'll be so sad if anybody abandons me. And she starts crying. And she says, I worry all the time I'll lose him and push him away by my actions. And so the next thing you're going to say is, so I'm going to start drinking. But she doesn't say that.
She should have more shame. I think the problem is you don't have enough shame. Have more shame.
No consequences to her actions is the point.
None. But this is the thing. Like, she and Josh met on a night that was very similar to this, right? They met because she was wasted, bodasted, making out with all his friends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then him. And he just happened to get like the last call for making out. And so then she went home with him. So maybe he thought like, oh, she was just like annihilated that night. It was just a crazy night. But after that behavior continued and continued and continued, like, what was he thinking?
I don't know how he doesn't think for all these months they've been apart that she is not tonguing somebody down in a bar every single night.
He knows. I think he knows. But this also isn't about Catie being attracted to like any one specific person. This is about like validation and like deep-seated like insecurity. I mean, there's I am not psychologist. This is like way above my pay grade, quite frankly. Yeah. I just she needs help. And this is just, it's so bad. I can barely watch her at this party when she's being restrained by like this guy multiple times. And
that's where he should have said as her partner, like, we're leaving. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
You're done. You're too drunk. Yeah. We're out of here. Yeah. And by the way, if you drink again, you're like, there's no more drinking in our house. Right.
But nobody says it. Nobody says it. She says, I've lost friends because of my behavior while I'm drinking.
Yeah.
So then
she's surprising.
She's sitting on the floor and she goes, I don't know, like, I'm kind of freaking out. And he goes, what will help? So he sits down on the floor because he's like, okay, I had chair time. Now I have to get back on the floor. And he says, I want to feel cared about and loved. And last night, and it wasn't the first time, and it actually was way worse than some of the other times. And that doesn't feel good to me. And it doesn't sit right with me. And she actually says something nice to him. She says, I don't want to make you feel like this. And he says, a little. And he says, I want to see some serious thought from you about what you want because we're getting married. I want to see that you know what that means. And the commitment I'm making to you, you can make that same commitment to me, but it's up to you to figure out how to do that. Also, I'd like for you to stop drinking. But he doesn't.
She's not capable.
Yeah. And the talking head, he goes, I love her. And it's hard to figure out what's going on.
It's not hard.
It's not hard. You've said it and she said it. And everybody she knows has said it. And he says, do I have to tolerate this or
nope.
Should I walk away? Because because right now it doesn't seem like she can be in this relationship. Now, are we gonna get some sort of story arc with her where she stops drinking?
No.
And when we see her at the reunion, she'll be like, I'm 8 months sober. Like, fingers crossed.
There's no way. They have like 2 more months to get married. And like she needs professional help.
Yes, she does.
Like probably medication.
Not probably.
And like abstinence from alcohol. Is that how
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, is that the right words? When I think of abstinence, I think from sex, but clearly that's not going to happen.
She could have been prescribed medication and doesn't want to take it because she can't drink. On it.
Mary Payne coming in with the hot takes. I didn't even consider that. Yeah.
You do know my husband's a recovering alcoholic. I got all the hot tips. I got all the hot tips. I got all the hot tips about behaviors on these shows. You know what show's really triggering for me is The Valley with Danny. I don't know if you watched that.
I've never watched it. And yeah, it'd be triggering for me for other reasons, but we don't need to go there.
Okay, let's talk about Ashia and Maxwell. I think I told the group chat, but she has a doctorate in pharmacy.
Wait, what?
Ashia is a doctor.
Is she like a doctor?
No, like she's a PharmD. She is a PharmD. She has a doctorate in pharmacy.
Is she a pharmacist?
Yes. She's not the pharmacist assistant. She didn't get her undergrad in pharmacy. She has her doctorate in pharmacy. I have a good friend of mine who was a PharmD. She went to medical school.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's like, the difference between like a dietitian and a nutritionist. And I can never remember which is which, but like one is like a real thing and one is like not a real thing. So I was just asking, this is like a real pharmacist, not like a RFK pharmacist.
She got her doctorate in pharmacy from the University of Tennessee. She's a PharmD.
Okay. So she's book smart.
She's smart. She is like the pharmacy manager at the CVS where they live. Wow. So she's the whole manager, and she and her whole family own a restaurant called like Aunt Bertha's or something.
I mean, she clearly has some money.
Yep.
To make these trips, and she's never talked about
her career.
I mean, yeah, pharmacists do well for sure.
Yeah. So. Especially if you're head of the whole thing because you got a doctorate.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that crazy? Okay. So I didn't know if you knew that. So I
did not know that. It's fascinating.
Okay. All right. So they go to dinner And he says to her, baby, why were you flinging my hand in public? What if I did that to you?
Yeah.
And so we see the clip of her, because he is saying, when we're in here, you need to behave. And she says, you better quit using that word. And then he tries to hold her hand, and she doesn't fling it so much as she just like says, I'm not holding your hand. Now, I agree with her here. I don't like a man trying to tell me to behave. That's not going to go well.
No, I don't want a man to tell me to behave, but also if like my husband flung my hand in public, I'd be like irritated.
But I mean, it's such an easy fix for this issue that they're having. They were walking downstairs.
He should apologize, or she should. Well, wait. Yeah.
No, she should apologize because when they were walking downstairs, he says, remember, you need to be more formal with my parents, not hey, but good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. And I was like, it's like when you're in France, when no matter bonjour, bonsoir, they consider it very rude if you don't say, even if the person is helping another person in the store, you still acknowledge them. Bonjour. Yeah. Because they consider it rude. Well, he's telling her, in my country, this is a basic thing. You do not say, hey, how you doing, mom and dad? You say, good morning, sir. Good morning. Good evening. It's so easy to fix.
It's so easy. And when he gives her that feedback, which I thought he gave her the feedback like pretty nicely. He was like, I've told you before. Like they've had this conversation a dozen times. And she's like, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. Like she blows him off. She's just like a dick. Like, I don't know. She just
this is his culture. So you're there. You're not in the United States. So you need to adhere to what he's telling you. So in the talking head, she says, this Maxwell that is fighting with me is not the Maxwell I know. And now he's listening to outside opinions.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
So she tells him, you've been acting a little crazy and a little aggressive. And he goes, okay, we're in public. You need to lower your voice. And she goes, She says, I want you to clarify what you said in the car about God not wanting us to be married. And she says, you were head over heels for me until this trip. And now you're acting a little shaky. And he goes, I want peace with you and with my family. And if not, then I don't know what we're doing. He's telling her flat out, like, you're only here 10 days. You cannot be disrespectful to my family. Just hold it together for 10 days, you know?
It's not that hard. And also you can tell she's on such thin ice with his family.
Oh, yeah.
So just like be
kiss up.
Nice. Yeah, like a little bit. Just like show that you're trying to be respectful, right?
Yeah. Yes. So she says, look, I'm not disrespecting your family. And he goes, you better not. And she goes, hush. Now, her point there was like she was trying to finish what she was saying and he started talking. So she said, hush. But he says, you don't tell me to hush. You just keep talking. So again, it's like crossing, wires here. And she says, you just need to think about what you need to think about with your family. And then she gets up like she's leaving, but she's just going to pee. So in the moment she says, this is not the way I want to be treated. I want him to be the Maxwell I fell in love with. And I want him to set these other opinions aside. Well, his point last week was you wouldn't set your mother's opinion aside. So why should I set my mother's opinion aside? Which is a good point.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Exactly. She uses the D word, disrespect. There's trouble when there's a disrespect.
You disrespected me. I feel so disrespected. That's Shekinah. So then he says she needs to understand I am not bossing her around with my parents, but this is a whole different environment. This is Africa, baby. You need to act like this.
Yeah.
But she won't listen. Yeah.
Yeah. They transition so wildly, like crazy fast from this.
Yeah.
I hate you, who's disrespecting who, did God confirm or not confirm that we should get married, to like, well, we're going to get married next week. Like, what?
Yeah. And as much as they leave it in this show and drag things out, you're like, that's something we could have seen happen. Yeah. Why is it so? There had to have been 20 minutes they cut out. You know
that's why her mom came on this trip with her.
Yes, because they're getting married. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
She didn't want to drag. She was so hungry the whole time. Where's the food? Is there snacks? Wake me up when they bring me a snack. So at the table, she says, since I've known you, you've been sweet and loving and you've changed since you've been around your family. And we don't have any time for backwards and forwards. Like we have to move forward. So let me know if this is not what you want to do. I can pack up and leave and be okay. And he goes, you would be okay. And she goes, yeah, time heals all wounds. He goes, really? So he's looking at her like, girl, don't tell me you're trying to leave here. Come on now. So she says, if he has doubt, this is the turning point. I don't want to wait another minute. We need to know tonight. And she says, this is a partnership. And the key word is partner. You have to be a part of it. And if you have reservations, let's talk about the reservations. So he says, well, this is real life now. And she says, you told me God told you that your wife was in the United States and in the South. I'm in the United States and I'm in the South. So do you want to protect our relationship or tear it up? I was like, now, he was on Tinder or whatever and found her and then was like, guess what God told me? When he realized that God thing was so important to her, he's like, ooh, I got to get, she'll never know. She'll never know what God told me. It's between me and God.
Yeah. Just like he literally tailored that to who you were. And it's just, I'm always wondering who these people are that believe these like, DMs that are like, you're my princess and my dream girl because you're XYZ. And then they describe you. I'm like, oh, she bought it. Okay.
She bought it because somebody zoomed in on your Facebook picture. Yeah. So he says, I am marrying you and your family. So you're marrying me and my family. So if my family doesn't have a place in the relationship, I'm not going to like that. And she goes, I love your family. I don't think you do.
I don't think she does.
She says, I love your family. So don't worry about that. And then he goes, I choose you, baby. I love everything about you. And now it's on. Now we're fine. And the talking heads sitting together, he says, earlier today, I was worried about the whole thing with my parents, but I was overthinking it. And that's what I do. I just get to overthinking. And so now I choose her.
Okay, whatever.
So she
now
says,
they're getting, go ahead.
Now they're praying. And she says, don't let the enemy get in our relationship. Now look at all the pros and cons of all the options. Talk about the K1, talk about the spousal. So they decide the best shot is the spousal visa and to get married to Nigeria. So that's it.
The only option.
It's the only option. The guy was like, you could do the whole K1, but it's probably going to get denied again.
I will reject you. Yeah.
Because of the scamming thing that he had going on with his friend. Now, are they married? What happened to them?
I don't know. What that was like the whole premise of this whole storyline was like, it was very cute that she and her friend, like she introduced the friend to Maxwell's friend and then they got engaged. Well, like what happened to those two? Did they
were
break
they supposed
up?
To be on? Were they supposed to be on the show? And
did they not get their K1 revoked? I would be pissed if like my fiance got his K1 revoked, but the friend was able to get married. I don't know. Yeah, they're like never going to mention them again. We will never get these answers. So
that's her best friend and his best friend, but never to be mentioned again.
Never to be mentioned again, apparently. Yeah. Double wedding in Nigeria. We've never seen it before. Come on.
So talking head, she says, so much to do for the wedding, the hair, the makeup, the officiant, the proper paperwork. So that's the wrong order, but yeah. And he says the journey is tough, but he's so happy. And he goes, let's just choose a day, any day before you go back. This is day 2. So we got 8 to go. And she goes, okay, let's plan that. And he says he's excited to be husband and wife, but he is worried to go home and tell his family about he made this decision without consulting them. So
whatever. They already know. I don't believe it.
Okay, so let's talk about, oh gosh, I thought we had only one couple left, but we've got 2. Okay, Shea and Annabelle. Somebody did see him on the street. It was one of my listeners. I don't, in one of the Facebook groups of all our various podcasts, somebody wrote they had seen him on the street of Paducah and he had lost 70 pounds.
That's what?
Good. Yeah.
Wow. Well, 55 is the new 35. It's like not for you, Shea. Not for you, my man. You look 92.
You got a lot of doctors you need to see before that can happen.
Yeah.
All right. 66 days to wed. Shea is out at Shed Nicole getting all of Nicole's shit sorted out. And I was like, why is he taking pictures? Okay. But anyway, he says everything sucks right now. He promised Annabelle he'd get the stuff out of there. So he's going to the dump. Now he's dumping some stuff and selling the table and chairs, and he's hoping Annabelle sees all this, but he's throwing that stuff in the dumpster. And I'm like, some college kid or person with no furniture could use that for free. Put it on Facebook Marketplace.
He threw the couch in there, and all I can think of is it's been sitting in that damp shed for like 3 years. Yeah. And
True.
it might be like full of bugs and stuff. Because the table,
True.
it looked like he was selling the table and chairs, which were like,
Yes.
I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, that's a big piece of furniture to just throw away. But I just assumed there was something not
right.
sanitary about the situation.
Okay, that's a good point. So he comes home and he takes Annabelle to coffee. And in the talking head, she says, I feel my whole relationship is a lie because Shea still has feelings for Nicole. But I love him, so I'm willing to listen to what he has to say. Again, how many times? Just over and over. And I don't know if they got married. I assume they did.
I don't think Shea and Nicole, I don't think that he's into her anymore. It seems like he could still be with her if he wanted to. Do they have a daughter? They have a young daughter together, though, right?
Yeah, the kid's like 5, is what he said.
Yeah.
First episode.
That's rough. I mean, you can't just like erase somebody from your life when you have a 5-year-old with them.
It's so the timeline I would really like to know, because it's like he's been with her, but in the time he was with Annabelle, he married Nicole and had a baby and divorced Nicole and is still with Annabelle. So I don't know if he went to see Annabelle one time, just decided it would be long distance, married Nicole, had this baby in whatever order, got divorced, went back to Annabelle.
I didn't think about that. They say they've been together 7 years. Is that it?
But the kid's not 8.
Yikes.
Yeah. So they're walking and talking and she says, you lied to me. He says, oh man, all those things that Allison says that happened, they happened. They did, but out of context. Yeah. I just turn the phone when she's around because you're so far away. It's just so hard to explain it, blah, blah, blah. And, she says, well, why does Allison think that you still love Nicole? He goes, oh God, that's just a running joke we've had for like 20 years. Like, I love you so much, but I hate you and can't be with you. You know how that goes. You're my person. She's like, no, I don't know how that goes. Like, I love you and I want to be with you, but I hate you. So no. She goes, well, I have to set boundaries. He goes, okay, babe. What's a boundary? And she says, if you can't do these boundaries, I'm leaving. You cannot see or talk to Nicole ever again, or I will leave. He goes, oh, babe, we have a child together. So I have to have an attachment to her because we will run into her. And I don't want her thinking that you are the bad person. And that table I'm selling for her, that'll be the last thing.
It's not the last thing. You have a kid.
You have a kid. What do you mean you're going to run into her? You mean at your house when she's dropping off your kid? Like, run into her. She has your kid.
Yeah.
So he goes, babe, I'll do whatever you want. I want you to trust me and I want to start planning our wedding. Can we do that and just forget about this? Can we? And so she's like, I don't even know what they agreed on because they have a kid together. So we didn't see what they actually agreed on.
You know what's going to eventually happen is Annabelle is not going to like the fact that he has to pay child support and all this stuff. She's not going to get it.
Yeah. So in talking head, he says, I love her and I don't know what I would do without her. And she goes, I am here. Single days are over. No more partying. He goes, babe, I'm 55. We could drink a little. 55 is new 35. And she just laughs and says, oh my God, you're so disgusting. All right, 60 days to wed. They're preparing for a trip to the lake. The lake where all the bad things happen.
House.
Lake house. So he goes, I got a 30-pack. I'm ready to go. That's just for me. You know what I'm saying, babe? So he goes, babe, I'm so excited for you to meet everybody, babe. It's going to be a huge party, like 40, 50 people. I mean, I saw 6, but okay. 40, 50.
They set up
later.
A stage to make it look like it took up more space.
I didn't understand the stage. I was like, is there a band? Why do we have a stage?
Exactly.
Between 2 trailers? So
yeah.
So the talking to he says his lake house is his happy place. He just loves being at the lake. We fucking know you love being at the lake. It's all you talk about every episode. So they see the lake. It's very pretty. He explains to her how the trees will be changing colors. And they see the house, which looks a lot like his other house, just pretty similar. And we're talking and she goes, in the Philippines, people only have one house and everybody lives in the house. Your parents, everybody. And here he has 2 houses. Like, I just don't, and somebody doesn't even live in one of them all the time.
Yeah.
Don't understand. Yeah. We see another picture of them together when he was visiting, and he looks a lot better. So he really let himself go in the last couple of years.
I mean, 1 in 8 Americans is on GLP, so I'm just going to go out there and assume that's what happened.
I hope so. I hope so. So, Allison, the daughter, arrives with her chair. She's like, here I am, got my chair. I'm ready. And he goes, Annabelle, can you go in there and stir the chili and do that real quick? I'm going to talk to Allison. She's like, okay. And she did say, go in there and do your job. Go in there and do your job. Allison says that to Annabelle.
She does says, not. I missed that.
She comes out. She comes out and she's got the broom and she's starting to clean off the table. He goes, oh, babe, you going to clean the table? And she goes, yeah. And Allison goes, yeah, do your job, Annabelle.
Jeez, that girl has a punchable face, Allison.
She sure does.
But I can't tell if she's just like, I'm going to be cheeky because it's the only time this woman's ever going to be on television. But
I think she was trying to be funny because Annabelle loves to clean so much.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But does she know what chili is? Like,
she's so he says to Allison, he goes, look, when you talk to Annabelle, you should have included me in the conversation. You should have had me come over. Like, every little thing in the world doesn't need to be drug up. And she goes, well, you don't tell her the truth. So she came to my house and asked. He goes, well, you should have asked me over so I could explain. Now you made it hard for me. We almost didn't get married because of you. And she goes, because of you, actually, Dad. Yeah. So now it's the party now. Shay's friend Sabrina walks up and was like, oh my gosh, where's Annabelle? So she is like, Sabrina is talking to Annabelle, hugging her. And it's like 10 people standing around staring. It's so awkward. And then Sabrina goes, let's do a Jaeger bomb. Woo. I've just never known people to do shots like people on TV shows do.
Well, yeah, I haven't done a Jaeger bomb since college.
I haven't done a shot since college.
Yeah, that's wise.
I'm gonna have a sophisticated drink like a regular person. Okay.
Or 17. Yeah.
Yeah. Or just however many it takes. So in the talking head, Sabrina goes, she's perfect for him. They're a really good mix. And she liked that Jaeger bomb. She did too. So now this is my note. Somehow there's a guy with a mic on a tiny stage. Was there a band? What are we doing?
I don't know where the stage came from. I don't know who has this audio equipment. Again, this is probably the biggest thing to happen in this lake trailer park and like the entirety of its existence. So
I think so. And then they all welcome Annabelle and they wish Shay a happy birthday. So I'm wondering if it's one of these things like that they're going to film this party until 11. And then after 11, they're bringing the band and then people are going to get real fucked up. But they're only going to film until 11 or something.
I don't think so. These are old people. I think they're going to bed.
They
party past 11? I mean, they're like 60-year-olds here. Like, I do not plan, let me put it this way. I currently do not stay up till 11, but I certainly don't plan on staying up until midnight when I am in my 60s.
You never know. You never know what you might do. So these people are drunk. So, and they're talking to Allison says, Annabelle's never seen a lake party. She's happy now, but let's see how she feels about my dad when he shows his real side. Allison's kind of a hater.
He's being a creepy creeper. Like,
he's
doing the old man thing where he's like, we're young, I'd fuck your brains out. And I'm like,
just kidding.
Not cool. That's weird.
Gross. A girl comes up named Aspen and he's like, if I was 21, you wouldn't be here, Annabelle. I'd be with this girl. Am I right? No. I'm just kidding. I love you, Annabelle. Aspen, she's the sweetest thing. I'd buy you an island. What? I'd buy you an island. You have 3 trailers to your name. What are you talking about?
This guy is like Podunk. What's the town called?
Paducah.
He's like Paducah rich. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
Which there's no shame. Like this double wide on the lake looks quite nice, actually. I have to say, it looks very relaxing.
The lake looked beautiful. I will say that, but it's just, and let me tell you something. I've been to a million parties where you bring your own chair and you plop your ass down and you drink beer out of a cooler. So no shade on any of that. Like that party that Mallorie and Raj had, I was like, I've been to a million of
Me too. Absolutely. I mean, all I did in high school was drink in a barn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
I've done this before, but
drink in a barn.
But he's not island rich. Okay.
He's not, I'm going to buy you an island rich.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So in the talking head, Annabelle goes, I know he's drunk. He's flirting with women right in front of me. And if this is who he really is, I don't want to live my life like this. Annabelle, you say it every week. We don't believe you.
I do. I love Annabelle as a character. She has daggers
too.
in her eyes. She hates this man, but she's also like washing his balls and trimming his toenails. I'll never understand. They seem to genuinely have affection for each other, I think.
And they laugh a lot. When people kind of laugh and they're talking heads together, that's when I'm like, okay, I can see it. You know,
Jenny and Sumit have that on Divorce Castle.
They're the only people I'm rooting for.
They're the only two that I'm like, when nobody's watching and they do the camera and that's with these two as well. They're like really cracking up together. So there's something to that.
And that brings us to Mallorie and Rasit. And I do think these two are really hot for each other too. I do.
Yeah, but they're not going to make it through this financial stuff. They might make it a few years, but they're not aligned. I don't know.
Do we know if they're married?
I don't want to know.
Okay, nobody tell us. Nobody spoil it. It's going to be the next DM I get. Okay.
Mallorie, I assume they do. Everybody gets married, but are they going to make it long term? I don't know. They can't even decide how much to spend at the Lowe's, you know?
So it's 72 days to wed, and they got a bidet attachment for a toilet, which is all we were saying last week. It's like, you could buy this on Amazon for $30. Why do you have to go and get the whole thing?
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's so happy. He's like, oh, thank God, baby. I can wash my asshole. I can wash my Kara. Come see.
Love my asshole. Did you know somebody posted in our Facebook group a portable bidet where it had like a little battery powered sprayer and like a plastic jug so you can take your ass washer on the go.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to like hook it up to the plumbing.
Correct.
At the hotel. You just put some water. Okay, great.
Distilled water in there, I guess. I don't know.
Tap water might be bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he says he's going to test it out. He's so happy. He's like, you go try. You go wash your asshole. She's like, I don't have to go, but thank you. She says she found an affordable bidet online for $25. And she says, it doesn't have a fancy fan or twiddle your ball sack. And if it did, then you wouldn't need me anymore. He goes, no, babe. You are my everything. Shut the motherfucker up.
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
So cute. So left his job as a boat captain in Marmaris. Looks like a pretty good life. Like
somewhere like that. Is it Marmaris who's the lady on Sam from UK?
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend
lived in Marmaris. And he also worked in the tourism in Marmaris. But then he moved back to wherever the hell he's from. But yeah. Ali, and they're married.
Yes, they're married. I know. Yeah. Shock. Isn't he in the UK?
I think he is. And if you ever want to really be entertained, I know you're going to talk to Matt later, get him to do his imitation of Sam for you. He does it sometimes. He just calls and does it on like a voice text, and I'll press it and it scares the shit out of me. You got to, please ask him. Don't forget.
How can he do that? Isn't that a Birmingham accent? It's or like a Newcastle?
It sounds like a Scottish brogue, but
yeah,
it's hilarious. He was going to make t-shirts.
Pretty far up north. So anyway, go on. Okay. I digress. Marmaris, yes.
So she's going over the bills so he can understand what's happening. And I think this is good. I think it'd be like, here's what I bring in and then minus everything after that, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, I think to him, my salary seems like a lot, but if I was rich, I would not be working 2 jobs. And we don't know how long it is until he'll get a job. And I'm very stressed. In Turkey, he did some carpentry. So he set up a little workshop in the shed. But every time we go to the store, we go to the store, it's like $100 here, $100 here. So she goes out to the tool shed to talk bills, and she shows the monthly bills. I've got it here. I'll show it to you here on the screen. Now,
I love that you took the same screenshot that Kyle and I did.
That you took,
zoomed in on this shit.
Yes.
Like, oh, money.
So this is $3,515 worth of expenses. $430 of it was at Lowe's.
Incomplete, by the way. Can we just say this is an incomplete budget?
Okay, wait. So we got car insurance.
We don't have groceries on here. We don't have pet expenses.
But wait. Don't you think Costco is where she gets her groceries and her pet expenses?
She said groceries were not, she specifically said groceries were not included. So I don't know what else they're buying at Costco. Dog food. But maybe. Maybe other carpentry stuff. Maybe, Costco has a lot of like tool benches and stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. And of course, her biggest one is her mortgage and her car payment, which is, average. But it's $3,515 a month in expenses. What I would like to have seen is the top line, which is how much she's bringing in.
I know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. So she shows the bills. Okay, let me pull that off. If anybody wants it, let me know. I'll send it to you. So if you weren't good with the screenshot like I was. So she says, tool shed, talk bills. Okay, so she shows the bills and she goes, here's how much we spent on this shop for you, at Lowe's. And she says, my grocery bill has doubled since you came because it's 2 people, right? Yeah. And he goes, okay, let me write on here for things that we have to pay my parents every month. I was like, well, bad timing, Rush. No.
But also come on, they have to have discussed that before.
Yeah.
And
this is the second time he said it. We've heard him say it before.
He said like $100. I was like, you have to be able to send $100.
$100 or $150. He says. He goes, babe. He said, baby. They live in tent. And she goes, I know.
There's also 8 other brothers. What are these other? Why do they live in a tent? I don't understand.
And now they think because he's going to the States, he's rich. So, but $100. I mean, I think you can swing it. So he says, you're showing me all these bills. I feel like you're throwing it in my face and giving me stress. And she's like, I'm not trying to throw it in your, I'm just trying to like show you realistically, like you think I have all this money, but this is actually how much things cost. So in the talking head, she says the money issue is a really big thing. So I need to start thinking about protecting what I had before he came in the picture. So she says, I've been thinking about protecting myself. Like before we get married, do you know what it is to say a prenup? And he goes, no, I don't know this word. And
she's never watched this show.
And she goes, well, it's just sort of like my house and my settlement from the accident. Like that is mine, not ours. And he goes, so ours. And she goes, no, it's mine. And the way she's saying it is not explaining it very well at all. She's like, mine. And he goes, oh, you broke my heart right now. And she says, I've really been thinking about this and it's a hard conversation to have, but I had to do it face to face when we're with each other. And he goes, I don't think I just want your money. And she goes, no, I'm not focused on if we don't work out. I'm just trying to think like, I don't know what could happen in 20 years. In my life, I've never seen a marriage work out. I've only seen bad marriages. All right. Well, that's valid. That's valid. Her parents divorced at age 10. She saw a lot of bad things. And she says, it's not about mistrust. It's more about what she's been through to be prepared. So he goes, I don't care about money. And why do you think after 15, 20 years, we break up? I want to be with you forever. I don't want a contract. This is not normal. In Turkey, if we break up, we split everything. Yeah. And she goes, that's the problem. She goes, I'm just trying to protect myself from things I cannot see that could be coming down the road. So in the talking head, he says, it upsets me that you think we might break up. It's only been 1 month. How will it be down the road? I don't understand this contract. I will not sign it. Final decision. Final answer. Yes. Yeah. And then he says to her, you're focusing on the breakup and I'm focusing on marriage. And he walks out. Now, I watched it on a screener and there was no next time on. So
I know, me too.
Yeah. So I don't know what happens next time.
Yeah. I don't think but they were rolling the credits during this scene. So I guess they didn't show next time on
at all.
I mean, I don't know. Kyle and I disagreed about this. Kyle's like, she needs to dip into that. Yeah. That settlement money. I'm like, absolutely not.
She's got it set up in an IRA or something where she can't get to it, and that was smart. I think
it's just like in a brokerage or something. It depends. I mean, that makes a big difference. Is it in an IRA where she can't touch it?
She really can't get it. Yeah.
I mean, you can. You're going to pay a massive penalty, but like, she should have just wrapped it up in a trust and been like, not touchable for 30 years. I mean, that takes care of the problem right there. She could just literally say, I cannot access it. And neither could he then ever. But instead, the thing is, that's the only asset that she has. Even the house, they're going to be working together. I can't imagine she's been paying for more than a couple years on that house. So like, quite frankly, that will become a marital asset. And they should split it should anything happen. So like, she should have just done something with the settlement money to make it not touchable for real. But I would not. I think she's being really mature about her finances. I got this windfall. I probably will never get a chunk of change like that again. And I know I need to set myself up for the future. And I think that if you take a little bit, it just becomes that much more easy to like take a little bit more and a little bit more. And then all of a sudden it's fucking gone. So you
do wonder if she's going to be like, okay, I'm going to take $5,000 out to pay for a little party after our Justice of the Peace wedding or something, but I mean, she was doing okay before because she was able to take a vacation to Turkey with her girlfriends.
Yeah, that's true.
So she's doing all right. I think she's just
her grocery bill was half.
Well, her grocery bill was half, and she had 2 dogs, and now she has 4, which was her choice to get 2 dogs right before he came to make it 4.
Dumb, but
I think she does fine. I just think that she's probably like, for these next 6 months, we've really got to like buckle way down until you're contributing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying this is going to be like the world's most basic prenup, basically protects this settlement that I had. And then, if for 10 years you pay for the house, then it's a community asset. I think it's pretty easy, but I think he will need a person to sit with and interpret for him like Lorena Merrifield did when she married Garrick.
The thing is, you have to have a lawyer to sign a prenup, at least in most states. I don't know what it's like.
In his native language, he needs someone to explain.
Yeah. Yes. You have to have a lawyer. So he's not going to have to sign something unless he understands what he's signing. But I just don't think a prenup is like a very big deal. But I'm American. I'm not Turkish. I think this is a very American thing.
Yeah.
If it's just there to protect that chunk of cash, I don't think that's like that crazy at all.
Yeah, I don't think in like 2 months he's going to divorce her and be like, give me that house. I'm dying to live in middle of nowhere, Alabama, like where everybody hates me. I mean, it sounds great, No,
but they could get divorced in 10 years. I mean, it happens. And
well, then he probably gets half the house. He's probably paid into it by then,
He deserves half the house at that point. Yeah, absolutely. But I think she is doing the correct thing, wanting to invest this money and just leave it in an investment account and don't touch it for 30 years. I think that's the most mature thing that's the most mature financial decision we have ever seen anybody make on this show, ever.
Well, I believe in their love, and I
hope so. I don't. Yeah. I think that this financial stuff is going to break him. Like, he just doesn't seem to have any understanding of like, I mean,
well, that's why. Listen, by the way, the top of that paper probably did say what she made every month, and she just folded it. She didn't want us to see it, and I get that. That's fair. So now I was just sort of thinking that through. Now, everybody knows that you have a podcast with Kyle, and it is called 90 Day Fiance
Cray Cray.
Cray Cray.
Yes.
Even though I always say 90 Day Fiance Reality TV Cray Cray. That's a long title, but it is called 90 Day Fiance Cray Cray.
Should we change the title? We should.
90 Day Cray Cray. But tell everybody what you're covering over there right now, besides the obvious 90 Day Fiance stuff.
We need something else, Mary Payne. So we're obviously on our main episode, dropped Sunday night. We're covering 90 Day Fiance OG, which is on right now. And then B-sides for Patreon people, we are covering Divorce Castle, or what's it called? Last Resort.
Last Resort.
We were covering that Pauly show, but it just got too repetitive. We got bored with it. So
I'm covering it, and I'm hating myself every second that I have to talk about it.
We did like 5 episodes, and then we were like, I think we got it. Like, I think there's no more.
Yeah, we just did 6 and there's 2 to go. And I'm just like, please, Lord, let something exciting happen. Yes.
I don't think anything new is going to happen. So I feel confident about that decision. But we're actually talking about House of the Dragon. Because
really?
Nerds. And yeah, we love Game of Thrones. So we're covering, and then just to fill in the blanks until that Age show comes out on WeTV next month. Mm-hmm. Which is going to be a shit show. But we're just sitting around here waiting for Puerto Rico Bang House, Mary Payne. That's
Yeah,
what we're
aren't we
doing
all?
over at Cray Cray.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh, we cover diaries too because we're masochists. So
Yeah, we do on this show, we do Kimberly's Corner at the end, and Kimberly tells me what happened on 90 Day Diaries so that I don't have to watch it.
I love
And
90 Day Diaries. I love it because it gives me
she loves it.
5 minutes. That's all I need. I don't want any further information about these idiots. I just need 5 minutes and then I'm good.
She loves it too. And then when we cover 90 Day Last Resort, we do Kimberly's Corner, and she tells me what happened on Between the Pillows. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Mhm,
We
mhm.
we kind of have been watching Between the Sheets now because we've been light on content, but it's summer too. Aren't we supposed to have all the summer shows? Where are they?
I don't know. I will say Between the Sheets, the reason it worked for the single life is because it was fun and light and funny. The reason it does not work for Last Resort is because it's a show about fucking divorce, and you got to sit there and comment on yourself crying about how horrible your partner is and be like, well, that was a great day at the castle. Remember when I was crying because I'm getting a divorce? What fun and light content this is? Let's look at a drawing of a vagina. I mean, it doesn't
eat
work.
Some donuts and pretend we're eating buttholes. This is great.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then that's another thing Shekinah's mad about is on Between the Sheets that they put Sarper with a woman and everybody else was with same sex, which is, it's a fair point. But
I feel like that's not true. Didn't they put Guillermo with other? I can't remember. I don't know. I feel like Pau and Guillermo were paired up at some point.
She means for the particular episode where they were talking about the anatomy of the man and the woman.
Oh, give Shekinah, you're divorced from Sarper. Just give it a rest.
When we met Sarper at that party, Matt and I said to Sarper, I said, the sisters, that's a spinoff waiting to happen, right? He goes, the sisters, I tell you, they all come at you and you're like, oh my goodness, it's like from Twilight. You know the Twilight? The vampires. He goes, that is what it's like to be around the sisters.
Yeah, okay. They look crazy. You forget that Shekinah was raised in a cult.
With 8 girls, 8 daughters.
Oof.
It's not a good sitch.
No, there's some nasty shit happened to that woman when she was younger for sure.
Yeah.
But Divorce Castle is great this season though, I have to say. I hate everyone, but I have a lot to say about it, which is what you want. It's
so good. And I was kind of sad when it went from 2 hours to 1. And I never say that. I never say that.
Riveted. The whole first 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, we're getting 2 hours a week. This is all we need. I have so much to say.
Pal, what do you think about Pal? She's so mean to Russ.
Oh, I hate her. She's awful. God, she's so mean to Roos. That poor guy's penis is never going to be hard again. Ever. No.
God bless. Kara and Guillermo, we're just sad that the two hot people can't make it work, but there's no way. He's lost all respect for her. And one of our listeners did say that it's not OnlyFans. She's on something on the dark web that's butthole specific.
What? No. Yeah. If she is, that's because people pirated her content. We have done the investigation. Over at Cray Cray, we're investigating. She is on the OnlyFans. Let me tell you.
Well, they said that she's on something else then that is.
Yes, I would believe that.
Worse.
I believe that. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fine. I don't need to see it. Nobody sent it to me. But, I wouldn't love it either. And I could see Guillermo's point of now all these people can see my wife. You know what I mean? I get it.
Yeah.
I could get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But I can see where everybody else is coming from too. It's she says she has the kids 6 days a week and you pay $0. So
that is absolutely fair. However, she herself admitted she only was doing it for her bachata career.
How is selling your butthole going to help your bachata career?
Because she needs money for recording studios and trips to Italy to work with producers that aren't paying you, you're paying them. She's doing this to fund her music career, which by the way, I am so sorry. You're not going to make any money at 33 doing bachata. And it's just not happening.
It hasn't worked.
The best you could hope for is to be like that dude on who was the Belize guy that we just finished up with. Yeah, that's the best. And Stig is maybe somewhat well off in Belize, but that's the market. The market for bachata sensual specifically is very small.
Well, stick to artists. I've had listeners that live half the year in Belize, and I've asked 20 people, and one person knew who Stig was. My realtor went to Belize, and I was like, okay, I know you don't watch any of these shows, but I need you to say, do you know Stig the artist? She's like, what am I saying again? I go, the name is Stig the artist. You need to ask everybody at your hotel, everybody you see on the beach that's working, locals, ask them. And she said she asked 5 people, and all 5 people looked at her like she was crazy, so she stopped asking. So I don't think he's as famous as he was portraying.
He is. I mean, Belize is a country of like 300,000 people. It's
okay,
tiny.
Well,
I'm saying like even if every single person knew who he was and liked him, that's still not a lot.
Well, if our listener asked 20 people and 1 knew who it was, and then my realtor asked 5 people on the beach and nobody knew who he was, and the country's really small, I'm going to go with it's all bullshit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
they said he was a karaoke. Club. He said he was a karaoke star is what somebody said. Oh, I know who he is. He won like a karaoke contest.
How? He can't sing.
I don't know. Maybe he's a lip syncer like the 90 Day Bad Boys. There we go. We solved it. That's what he needs to do.
I'm so sad about the 90 Day Bad Boys.
Are you?
Payne. Yeah.
Jamal had to follow his heart. Jamal had to follow his heart.
To Emma's vagina. I mean, like, yes. Seriously, come on. Emma, of all people, is going to be the woman to break up the band? Emma?
Yeah.
Dude, no, absolutely not. I loved to hate the Bad Boys.
Yeah,
they were
still
so
around.
Silly. No, who's going to replace Jamal?
I told Josh they need to hold auditions, and he said that's a great idea. I was like, that'd be some great content. Hold auditions.
That'd
be hilarious.
That. Sarper cannot be it though. He looked like a psychopath in the one they had him in.
With his eyes were like this, and then he had those giant Herman Munster shoes.
Dude, he looked insane. It was great.
And Shekinah's like, oh my God. They were trying to avoid traffic. He was great. He killed it. No, he didn't, Shekinah. No, he didn't.
Now, all of a sudden, Shekinah hates, she's melting down on the social media. It's like, she hates TLC. She hates production. Yep. She hates Sarper. She hates Rebecca. She hates everyone.
Yep.
Everyone.
She does.
It's shocking why she doesn't have any friends.
Listen, she can always go do a Twilight spinoff with her sisters.
I guess so.
To follow you guys on the social media, it is 90 Day Fiance Cray Cray.
On Instagram, yep. And we're really bad, but occasionally we do post, and when we do, it's good. But we don't a lot. And then you can find us on, all the podcast apps at 90 Day Fiance Cray Cray. And our Patreon is Reality Cray Cray.
Okay. I knew reality was in there somewhere. I knew it was.
Patreon only, but we are there. Yes.
Yes. Everybody make sure you're following Kim and Kyle, and make sure you're following me at Pink Shade Pod. And I will see you later this week. I've got Lori Alterman coming on. She's a comedian to come on and talk about pop culture in Bravo. And I will have Chris Farah. Our friend Chris Farah will come on to talk about 90 Day Last Resort. And then hopefully Kimberly is back next week. Okay. Bye.